you say to that, Madam Marian?
Would you like us to hold our horses 1 second?
Hold your horses for a second. I see someone taking aim at this here target.
But he can't win. There's already a bullet smack dab middle in the bullseye.
Why? He shot the other bullet in half.
No, not quite yet.
Why? He shot the other bullet in half. Look, it's from mine. I wonder what face belongs to those lips I long to kiss.
Business.
Well, you're Alan O'Dell, that friendly lawman from the East I was so crazy about. I thought you were all done with us.
Not when I finally found my home. A place where I belong. Keeping company with the people I care most about.
You came to us as a stranger, rid this place of crime, gave us new hope in ourselves. Now that's gonna be one tough act to follow.
How about this? You be my lawfully wedded wife, Miss Nancy.
Oh, yes, I will.
Ding dong, ding dong. Ding dong, ding dong. Wide open spaces, everywhere I look, I see those wide open spaces where the future waits
Ivan.
Holy crap!
What? The reviews aren't good? Well, what don't they like?
That we put on a show?
The Boston Globe says, if you loved Oklahoma, stay there as long as Robin Hood is running in Boston.
How about calls to mind Walt Disney's Pinocchio? Because its star is wooden, ought to be hung by a piano wire and swallowed by the first whale that enters Boston Harbor.
Well, who said that?
The Christian Science Monitor.
You're the producer, Carmen. I sunk last year's profits from my 1958 lingerie line into the show. There's got to be something in these papers we can use.
Let me consult the writing team. Georgia, Aaron, Dusta Buckle has 2 meetings.
No.
That's a shame. Critics who'd make a living by killing other people's dreams. I mean, what kind of man would take a job like that?
What kind of slob would take a job like that?
Who could be mean enough, base and obscene enough to take a job like that?
Wait a minute. Here's something in the Herald that might be good.
Formerly married composer and lyricist Aaron Fox and Georgia Hendricks have provided film star Jessica Cranshaw with a star vehicle that ought to be driven off a cliff.
What kind of mom would raise her boy like that?
Who'd want her baby to destroy like that? Who could be jerk enough, hard up for work enough to want a job like that? Oh, what kind of low down dirty bum? What kind of swinish, scurvy scum? Loathsome as they come, I wonder.
What kind of man would want a job like that?
What kind of butts would make you nuts like that?
Who could be trick enough, mentally sick enough? Who'd want to grow to be everyone's enemy? Critics are hated and so excoriated. Tell me what kind of man would want a job like
Hey, get a load of this! The Cambridge Patriot says, considering the talent and experience of the veterans involved, Robin Hood is sure to be a huge Broadway smash.
What kind of genius has a mind like that? So perspicacious, wise, and kind like that. Far from his mother's knee, she must be thrilled to see how he grew up to be such brilliant company. Refined and reflective, objective thought it lifts up your heart to meet a man like that.
That's all well and good, but the Cambridge Patriot is not the Boston Globe. The Globe is the review we needed.
Funny, none of them mentioned Jessica's fainting.
She fainted during the bows when the critics dashed out of the theater to dash off their postmortems. Face it, we've gotten our notices and we've been given notice.
I'm afraid you're right.
No, you two are just overly sensitive because you wrote the show. This is only round 1. The first production my husband and I put on was savaged out of town, but we rolled up our sleeves, did a major rewrite, and brought it to Broadway. That show, my friends, was Kiss Me! I'm Irish. Closed before the audience opened their playbills, but the point is, this is a Sidney and Carmen Bernstein production. We decided it goes to New York, not Daryl Grady of the Boston Globe.
So we're still shooting for Broadway.
Georgia and Aaron, you keep writing tunes that bounce. Oscar, you keep writing checks that don't.
Very nice, but until our leading lady gets out of the hospital, who knows what happens next?
They just have her under observation. I'm sure she'll be out by the morning.
Is there no limit?
Sounds like our director.
Is there no limit?
She got such horrendous reviews.
Is there no limit, I ask you, to my unbridled brilliance? Chris, where the hell were you tonight? I put a lot of money into the show, and as our director, you owed all of us. Oh, be still your foolish mouth. Nothing to be gleaned by watching one show with the fraudulent audience of an opening night. Went for a walk. Past the Cathedral of the Holy Cross. Went in. Wildly spiritual. I tell you, those Catholics really know how to put on a show. And right there, in the middle of the Eucharist, I had an epiphany. At this stage in the life of any musical, one should refrain from inventing anything brilliant and simply eliminate all that's god-awful. What, I ask, without fear of contradiction, was the most god-awful thing in our show?
Jessica.
Jessica, of course. Carmen, I came back here to convince you to get rid of our star, only to have the cast inform me she's in the hospital. I see the hand of the law in this.
Mrs. Bernstein, there's a phone call from your office.
Thanks, Johnny. Probably my husband calling.
And where was Sydney tonight, Carmen?
Sydney's in New York, booking a theater for us. And knowing my husband, probably booking a soprano who doesn't know how to dance, but sure knows how to move.
At least she knows how to joke about it.
It's easy to joke about marriage when men like Sydney and you don't take it seriously.
There's no comparison. I never did more than flirt with any girl in any cast once you and I got married.
Barbara O'Brien.
She was an usher. Besides, that was only after you moved out.
Oh, so you finally looked up from your music and noticed I was gone?
Johnny, you're the stage manager. How's the cast taking the reviews?
They decided to dress to the nines and throw a combination opening and closing night party.
Defeatist! The lot of you. You've yet to hear my plan of action, but hear it ye shall. Johnny, come help me watch you move the piano. What plan? He wants us to go to Broadway using an understudy?
Well, at least we'd still have Bobby in the title role.
Right, and that's what matters, right? I mean, the whole reason you even teamed up with me again is so you could rekindle your lost romance with our leading man.
Aaron, when I signed up, I had no idea Bobby was in the show.
Really? Then how come at our very first rehearsal you walked right up to him and say,
Hi, Bobby.
Hey, sweetie.
well, looks like we're all going to be leaving for New York a little sooner than we thought. But if you and I are going back together, that's one flop. That's a big hit with me.
Eh bien, mes enfants. A brief demonstration of what's been wrong with the show, right from its very first love song.
You mean thinking of him? That's one of my best songs in the show.
One of our best songs.
See, Georgia agrees.
Nonetheless, I've had a problem with it since our very first day of rehearsal. Georgia, sing our leading lady's opening number. Which song is this?
The one with the new lyric Georgia wrote about me. About Rob Hood.
Precisely. Aaron, play. Georgia, sing. Johnny, put him in line Q5.
Like Q5? This is silly. I haven't sung on a stage in years.
Just sing.
Thinking of you. Thinking of you. Sometimes it seems we spend every moment of my waking day thinking of him. Making him laugh. Sometimes making him strong. Sometimes making him feel someplace in the light is his.
Chris, if you're telling me there's been something wrong with that number since our very first rehearsal, you'll have to tell me what.
Is that we ever allowed Jessica Cranshaw to sing it? Now look here, everyone. I think it's a damn shame that our leading lady collapsed at tonight's performance. She might have done it weeks ago and spared us a whole month of misery. But the cavity that Jessica created must be appropriately filled.
May I speak? As Jessica's understudy, I feel terrible taking over under these circumstances.
No need to feel terrible, Nikki.
But
No need, because you're still going to be the understudy. To Georgia.
Georgia?
I don't know, Chris.
You know the score and script better than anyone. You sing the songs from your hearts because, well, that's where they came from. I realize it's been quite some time since you traded in your tap shoes for a rhyming dictionary.
Excuse me! But speaking for those of us in the chorus, I really think that Nikki should get the role. She's talented and dedicated
And since you're Nikki's understudy, if she gets the lead, you get her part.
Yes, that too.
Nice try, Bambi. But either Georgia is in, or I'm out. Oscar, what do you say?
Chris, I'll put my money where your mouth is.
Lord, do it first. I assume this move more than meets with your approval.
No, to be honest, it doesn't.
thanks for the vote of confidence.
I have my reasons.
You always have.
Look, this entire debate is pointless if Jessica shows up here tomorrow.
God help us. She was worse than ever this evening.
Jessica Cranshaw will never be better than she was this evening.
But she was terrible.
I know, but she'll never be better. She's dead. That was the hospital on the phone. In terms of future performances, Jessica Cranshaw now has a conflict. What happened? They wouldn't tell me.
Chris, do you want to say something to the company about Jessica?
Well, shall we observe a moment of silence? To match the audience's response to Jessica's first number.
Chris,
Well, all right. Let's form a semicircle. Tallest on the inside. Tallest on the inside. No, Bambi, you're blocking the entire right side of the house. People, Jessica was part of our company. And now we've part company. But I'm sure you will all remember her in your thoughts and in your resumes. And now as thespians, I may like to display your sorrow, both as a tribute and as an acting exercise. Sasha, F sharp minor.
go tell her fans to change their plans. The woman's dead.
Would someone care to say a prayer?
Might that be?
Don't look at me.
The woman's She's blown the coop and now our tube is minus one. She said each word the angels heard. They closed her mouth and shipped her south. The war is done.
Harvey, the Greater Boston Police. I'm assigned to the homicide division, and it is an honor to be standing on the same stage with each and every one of you. Sorry about interrupting a rehearsal, but let me assure you that I don't want my own work to delay a production from reaching its home on Broadway it genuinely deserves. I happen to see Rob put in previews, and might I say, aside from the deceased Miss Cranshaw, you all are just such wonderful performers. And what a great score.
Well, I appreciate that, Lieutenant.
On behalf of my half of that compliment, thanks as well.
You're more than welcome. I've done a little community theater myself. No, nothing that fancy. Although, my Billy Bigelow at the Brookline Barnhouse got a favorable review. And, in A Midsummer Night's Dream, my bottom was very well received.
Wait a minute. You say that you're from homicide.
Well, yes. Based on a preliminary autopsy, it's clear that Jessica Cranshaw was murdered.
And what are they going to do with the killer? I mean, does he get some sort of trophy or a Pontiac? Sorry, your reflex.
What killed her?
Hydrocyanic acid, commonly used in electroplating, as well as the gas chambers at San Quentin. It was in capsule form, which is why no one realized she'd been poisoned until they dissolved in her stomach, starting a chemical reaction that created her own personal gas chamber internally. Working backwards from when the capsule dissolved, we know she was poisoned within the show's very final minutes.
Couldn't she have poisoned herself?
Trauma at the back of her throat suggests she didn't take the capsule voluntarily. Now, may I ask, who's in charge here, other than myself?
Permit me, Lieutenant. I am the critically acclaimed director, Christopher Belling, and I'll be blocking your investigation.
Well, I hope that's not the case. But if you need to wrap things up with your cast, please, go right ahead.
Company, I know you'll all give Georgia your support as she steps into the late Miss Cranshaw's shoes.
Oh my God, that's brilliant!
As one would expect from me. All those willing to press forward with Robin Hood and with Georgia, give me a show of hands.
That's it? Listen, people. Life is full of setbacks and disappointments. As my husband first demonstrated at the bridal suite in the Hotel Taft. But with Georgia taking over the lead, we've got ourselves a real shot. This show is going on. What do you say, gang? Aye-yo, with me!
You know, if we leave now, we can make that last train back to New York.
Stop! It's clear that every one of you is in perfect physical condition, so the show must go on.
Why?
Because, as old as time itself, there's a grand theatrical tradition that the show must go on.
Forget it.
I've got a contract. Just sign a contract. Go read your contract. And I will count to 10, and then I'll sue you. Yes, I'll sue you. And when I sue you, you'll never work again.
Who's the equity representative?
That would be me. Mrs. Bernstein, as equity deputy, I must warn you, any further threats and you'll be brought up on charges.
Now shut up, Elaine.
The name is Bambi. Mother.
I'll put it this way. For the factor's sake, I'm asking your permission to let the show go on.
Go.
The show must go on.
Gotcha.
The show must go on. Because I say the show must go on.
Bull crap!
I can't believe I'm hearing this. No, I won't believe it. Putting on a musical has got to be the most fulfilling thing a person could ever hope to do. You people, you're You're all heroes to me. You're a special kind of people known as show people. You live in a world of your own. The audience pay plenty to sit there and clap, hearing you sing, watching you tap. Did you know your dentist longs to be in show business? Your window washer wants to be a star. And though your analyst may never count you that way,
Analyst cash.
you don't know how lucky you are. Some policemen and detectives dream of show business. They can't get arrested, but still, they sit around the station and fancy this life. They jeer Sherlock Holmes and jeer Mac the Knife.
After cleaning lady, don't you dream of show business? The local liars drench beside a bar.
Her affirmative shrug as she shampoos your rug lets you know how lucky you are. There's a special kind of aura around a show person.
Just ask the next waiter you meet. He walks in fifth position, his voice is just grand.
He gives you the check, you give him a hand.
If the Poison Valley parking turned to show business, they could scalp a higher ticket for your car.
And my tree surgeon now started taking a bow. A bow, get it? B-O-U-G.
Don't you know how lucky you are? We're a special kind of people known as show people. We live in a world of our own. Our days are tied to curtains, they rise and they fall. We're born every night at half-hour call. We can't picture being anything but show people. Civilians find us holding like the car. But that hump in our hearts when the overture starts helps us know how lucky we are.
Show people.
It's an honor and a joy to be here. I feel that's why I get me in the car. At the last curtain call, I'm the envy of all, so I know the show. So really, we're show people. So really, we're show people. So really, we're show
And listen, Robin Hood really should go on.
May I speak to you for a moment, Lieutenant? My name's Nikki.
Harris. Oh, Miss Nikki Harris. I read your bio several times through on the bus ride home the other night. May I say, I found your performance particularly memorable. It was just love.
Well, thank you.
Love.
Thank you.
I'm crazy about your little vibrato.
You're very kind. Anyway, yesterday Miss Cranshaw asked me if I'd coach her on her lines. And of course I said I'd be glad to help.
That's so like you.
I am her understudy. At least I was. I guess I'm George's now. But then these 3 letters fell in Miss Cranshaw's script. She didn't take them seriously, but I kept them. I'm afraid my fingerprints are all over them. They're death threats. See, the words and letters are pasted onto the paper, cut with little curved finger scissors from a newspaper or magazine. I would imagine.
You're murdering the score, but I'll murder you. You'll drop before the curtain does. If you don't quit, you'll die legit.
Can you tell anything from them?
Well, they seem pretty negative in spirit.
Yes, of course.
Oh, you were hoping for the Arthur Conan Doyle version? Well, unfortunately, these notes reveal very little, except for the fact that the person who sent them is a man in his early 30s, about 6'4" in height. He served in the Merchant Marine. He wears a pewter ring, and despite being right-handed, he's known to his closest friends as Lefty.
However, did you know that?
Oh, I didn't. I was just saying that. Oh, you probably hoped I'd be able to tell. Wow. I mean, if I could do all of that just from... I mean, wow.
Gee, for a second there, I was impressed. As I once told my husband at the Hotel Taft. What do you say we go across the street and have ourselves one snobber locker of a lake for the wait? It's less than great. Jessica Cranshaw, drinks are on me.
Hold on. I'm sorry, but this theater is quarantined. All the exits are guarded and none of you can leave. You know, I'm sorry, but the entire company will be living here in this theater until further notice. Emergency services will bring cots and meals.
Excuse me, but the talented members of this cast are entitled to a day off.
The talented members and even you, Elaine.
Listen, correct me if I'm wrong here, but to the best of my recollection, Jessica Cranshaw never left this stage within the show's final 10 minutes. If so, then I'm sorry, but she must have been murdered by one of you.
What?
Look, I've never had a case with this many suspects, and I can't have you all followed around the clock, so it's best I keep you here under lock and key until I solve this murder.
You're taking the law into your own hands, Choppy.
Yeah, that's kind of my job. That's why I have a badge and my own gun. Look, anyways, being sequestered here will give you all time to focus on fixing the show. Fixing? What was that?
Sounds like my husband on his best behavior.
Sounds like Cindy's back from New York.
Lucky New York.
Well, isn't this just peachy keen? Always up for me.
Johnny! Why am I still wearing my coat?
Sydney, it's been a god-awful night.
I hear you, Chris.
And I'm turning in my resignation.
I can't hear you, Chris. Oscar, how you holding up?
I can't complain.
That's right. You can't.
Welcome back to Boston, Sydney.
Well, hello.
It's me, Sydney. Stepdaughter.
Sorry about that.
It's Bambi.
And last but not least, Mrs. B, my lesser half and junior partner.
Let's get this over with, Sydney.
What? You expect me to be upset? I left you in charge of opening night, and I returned to find a murdered leading lady, a bunch of deadly reviews, and a bunch of cops who tell me I can't leave this theater.
I'm afraid you've arrived at just the wrong time for you, and just the right time for me, Mr. Bernstein.
Excuse me.
Lieutenant Frank Chaffee. Homicide? Now, folks, you should all go about your various tasks as if this wasn't the scene of a homicide. Detective McNichol is waiting downstairs for your pertinent information. I want each of you to give me your name, address, and an 8x10 glossy. I'll be speaking with each of you in the morning. Pleasant dreams, everyone.
Lieutenant, I couldn't have killed Jessica. I was in Manhattan when she was murdered.
Can you prove that?
Well, just so happens I happen to be keeping company with a young actress I've been keeping on Sun Place. If I give you her name, ruin her reputation.
Oh, your chivalry is touchingly convenient.
Lieutenant, I have many influential
spiritual friends in New York City.
Too bad you're in Boston.
Will you be wanting me any further, Lieutenant?
No, but I do have some questions for your boyfriend.
I don't have a boyfriend.
Oh my God. Actually, Miss Harris, I want to take you into my confidence regarding this investigation.
Why is that, Lieutenant?
Well, because if I don't, there's really no reason for us to continue talking.
Then take me into your confidence with confidence, Lieutenant.
Something's very wrong here. I just met an opening night's cast who's all very eager to close.
I can understand how they might feel. Most of them give up wonderful jobs in hit Broadway musicals to work up here in Boston. I've never worked outside the city, and Bambi's had to fight her mother at every step just to be in the chorus. But the rest of the cast are underpaid and overworked. There's surely not enough to drive any of them to murder.
Keep in mind I'm within arm's reach at any hour of the day and night.
You think I'm in some kind of danger?
No, that was a completely unrelated thought.
You live with danger on a daily basis, don't you, Lieutenant?
Most of the time it's just paperwork and procedure. Detectives have no opening night, Miss Harris. We make our entrance after the curtain has fallen on someone else's life.
But it's like a calling, isn't it? Like a doctor or a teacher.
Or an actor.
I suppose you're right. I can't imagine doing anything else with my life. It isn't wrong to be married to one's work, is it?
No, not at all. But sometimes there's no honeymoon. I love my job. I really do. And if I say so myself, I'm good at it too. I catch the bad guys, well, most of the time. So it's a good life. A perfectly good life. Not exactly sublime. When I finished my work and I crawl into bed, I reflect as I turn out the lights. That the day that's to come and the week that's ahead will be lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights. Lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights.
It's reassuring to have such a dependable schedule, like matinees every Wednesday.
Oh, brisket and broadbeans each Thursday.
With your friends.
Well, I like my pals. The guys on the force, we're not very social. They're all married, of course. Sometimes we'll go bowling or have a few beers. So it's a fine life. A perfectly fine life. I give it 2 cheers. But sometimes I think, at the end of the day, when I've read the last burglar's rights, that the life that I lead is a little bit gray, with its lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights. Lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights.
They're acting roles. Don't they make for a change?
Oh, Miss Harris, each year from May 23rd to the 12th of June, when I turn my life over to the Swallow Street Players, that's more than a vacation for me. That's an overture of hope. That's the curtain rising on the greatest joy of my life. But the rest of the year, the life that I lead is a little bit gray. There are plenty of low days and not many highs. Mostly lunch counter mornings and coffee shop nights. I don't mean to seem forward, but might I walk you home?
Oh, I'd be delighted. But you said we're not allowed to leave.
Damn.
life.
Would anybody like me to try?
I promise you it'll adore you as much as I do.
I can do a grand jeté right into a split.
And plus, you look great.
Sounds impossible, I know, but somehow I do it.
If one of you is the killer, would you please take her next?
Detective O'Farrell is here with the last delivery of clothes for your hotel rooms. Clean your bundle downstairs, and in 1/2 hour, Lieutenant Chalky will begin questioning altos and tenors.
Ah, Herr Lieutenant, rising from your interrogation chamber to grace us with your presence.
Thought I'd stretch my legs a little. You know, I have been stuck in that green room all day.
Yes, well, at least you got to sleep in your own bed last night.
Oh, sorry about that.
I intrigue you, don't I, Lieutenant?
Yes, Mr. Belling. Both as a director and a suspect.
Lieutenant, I got what you wanted.
Oh, thank God. And did you pick up the clothes for Nikki Harris that I asked for?
That's from the green to blues, just like you said. Wait, are you trying to set some kind of trap?
No, I'm trying to match your eyes.
Heads up, I'm tripping the soap drop.
Oh, excuse me. Lieutenant Frank Chalky, homicide. Mind telling me your name and how you got in here?
Oh, as a member of the press, I'm exempt from your little quarantine, Lieutenant. Daryl Grady of the Boston Globe.
After the review you gave Robin Hood, I can't imagine why you'd show your face here of all places.
I'm as mystified as you. The show's producers called and asked me to come pay a visit.
That's right, Carmen Bernstein, Mr. Grady. You have our thanks for coming by, if it wasn't for your review.
Listen, I tried my level best to say something good about your production. I praised the choreography, and that one young woman who played the school mom. Nikki,
Harris.
I'm afraid it's all over now. My condolences to the loss of your star and your show.
When you interviewed us last week, I told you we were going to Broadway, no matter what you wrote about us.
We are keeping Robin Hood open, and once we've ironed out the kinks, we're asking you to review it again, with Georgia Hendricks in the lead.
Georgia Hendricks? Your lyricist? But she hasn't been in a production in years. That's some story. And yes, there is a precedent for reappraising a show with a new lead. Tell you what, I'll review your show. Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
Listen, it's the best I can do. And to be fair, keep in mind that not many shows can survive 2 bad reviews from the Globe in 1 week.
Carmen, go tell the cast we have 24 hours to hold a week of rehearsal, and if we fail, you'll live to regret it.
Cindy, you're such a lowlife.
Good day, Lieutenant.
Oh, you've just made it one, Miss Harris.
That dress goes very nicely with your eyes, Nikki.
Thank you.
And Mr. Daryl Grady, and I'd love to offer my thanks for the kind words you wrote.
Please don't misunderstand me, Miss Harris, but I try not to fraternize with the artists that I review. But let me say, you did stand out in what was otherwise an abundantly misguided production.
Mr. Grady, I thought the review you gave Robin Hood was needlessly cruel and way off the mark.
Well, I'm not sure you know how to judge acting, Lieutenant.
Oh, no, of course. Leave it to the experts. Although, I regret to inform you I'm placing you on the arrest for the crime of murder.
What? Have you lost your mind?
Any statement you make may be taken down to writing and used against you in the court of law.
This is insane. What in God's name are you saying?
I'm saying my best lines from Agatha Christie's Murder at the Vicarage. I played Chief Inspector Slack to some of his go Oh, did you think I was saying that for real? Gosh, I'm not sure you know how to judge acting, Mr. Grady.
Come on, Grady. I'll walk you out.
Well, acting, Lieutenant, and not I'm just on a community theater level. I'm in college.
Oh, well, thank you.
May I ask how your investigation's going?
I looked into the show's financial records, like you said, and you were right. Everyone here is working for the same raw deal. Not just the newcomers like yourself and Bambi, but your stars as well. Look, this is no place to talk. Let's you and I get out of here for a little while.
You won't let me leave.
Lieutenant, you must clear the stage immediately. I've just been informed I have less time to reinvent this show than Moses had to cross the Red Sea, and he had God on his side.
Hey, is this true?
I'm getting reviewed tomorrow?
Nikki, go and fetch Bambi. I have no choice but to reblock in the same boat here and now.
Oh, this I have got to see.
Why? Do you think something's gonna happen?
No, I just really like this number. Although...
What?
No, it's nothing, but...
What?
But I can't believe I'm saying this. And shoot me with my own gun if I'm out of line.
What is it?
I don't think simply reblocking the number is gonna help. The song itself is kind of lackluster. It lacks...
Yes?
luster. 3 women in a rowboat sinking fast, trying to reach the federal courthouse in Wichita before the farmers lose their land. It's great stuff. I mean, it's your 11 o'clock number, but the music, it's... I wonder if we can hear a bit of it?
Sasha. Sing for the lieutenant, will you? Nico talking just for you.
In the same boat, on the same sea, shaking inside as the tide keeps rising. Merry our ship, merry our sail, merry our soul on the whole horizon. Still we are not discouraged. Just to the ancient room that you like me to, we take it all on the ship and the same boat.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's such a big moment in the show, the song is kind of mild-mannered.
Strangely enough, I agree. We need a completely new composition, one that's catchier than Pink Eye.
You want a hit.
Yes, and not some song from one of your failed shows either, Aaron. None of your Eine Kleine Traum.
Well, if you expect me to come up with anything, you're gonna have to find me some alone time with my piano and my writing partner.
Whoa, your writing partner is now my dance partner and star of the show. If we don't land the tavern number by tonight, we're all finished.
And I need to see that very number in full dress regalia this instant. Johnny, tell the cast to change for the Act 1 finale from the final bars in the bar at the Barbie Bar Saloon.
Say again?
I can't say that again.
Look, Mr. Belling's rehearsal takes priority, so any of you that need to make a costume change, please, go right ahead. As for the rest of you, Detective O'Farrell will be fingerprinting the entire company in the green room. That is, unless one of you would be kind enough to explain why you committed murder. No? So let's clear the stage and give our composer the solitude he needs. That should buy you a few minutes alone with your piano, Mr. Parks.
Alone? Yeah.
That must be hard to create when your writing partner is...
Otherwise engaged.
Can I ask, only because I've wondered this my entire life, which would normally come first, the music or the lyric?
Same answer as chicken or the egg.
So it's the lyric.
No. A good melody doesn't need a lyric or a lyricist.
Well, then how do you start?
Well, you can start with a note, which becomes a phrase, and you try hanging words off it, like trimming a tree.
Sounds easy enough.
Really? Well, don't talk about love, or you'll have to say it fits like a glove, or as certain as push comes to shove, you will pine for the woman you're constantly thinking of. You see the problem.
Dangling participle. So you suggest staying away from love.
At all costs. And don't talk about life, or you'll have to say cuts like a knife, or refer to the heartbreak and strife when you find that you're missing your...
Missing?
What?
Oh, you were saying what you missed.
I miss the music. it's not with me, it comes out wrong. It doesn't matter how hard I try. I've lost the music, I don't know why. You may have known before I met her, I wrote alone. But if you ask me which I prefer, I'd say the music I wrote with her. When you're writing a song and you've a partner, the room is filled with jokes and chatter. She says something, you say something, she writes a line, you play them. But when you're writing a song without a partner, that's a completely different matter. No one tells you, that's not funny. No one says, let's cut that bar. No one makes you better than you are. But I pretend I miss the music, I miss my friend. No need to ask me what I prefer. I'd say the music I wrote with her. I liked the music I made with.
Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting?
No. I'm afraid I'm the guilty party there. Thank you, Mr. Fox, for all your helpful insight. Miss Hendricks, best of luck on your upcoming number. We'll talk later.
I forgot my lyric. Can you believe it? Me?
Well, you're not the lyricist anymore. You're the star. Now, how's it feel, being back on the boards?
Terrifying. Thrilling. I've missed the stage.
Come on, Angel. We gotta do that right away.
Must we?
It's a last chance to land the number before we close it in for the night. Here we go, honey.
Oh, Aaron. I'm starting to think you were right when you said I was wrong for this.
George, break a leg.
Thanks. You can finish the song without me?
I'm a one-man band. I'd say the music I wrote with her. I loved the music I made with her.
East Park with Miss Nancy, the new schoolmarm.
Alan Odell. Ain't it funny how a cowardly lawman from back east knows so much about the man I claim to bring? I'm gonna round up that Rob Hood and hog tie his fancy Miss Nancy. He made a getaway. He left me flat away. At times like this, a modernist should gallop that away. When love goes this away, don't blow your bliss away. You might find out he's just about a hug and kiss away. No matter which away, he takes that witch away. I won't relent till he'll consent to make a switch away. If he's in Santa Fe or in Piscataway, I'll pack my gown and leave this town and travel that if he's in Paraguay or even Mandalay, I'll grab my horse and set my course to reach him that way. I've known a man or two, a score or more, it's true. And if he stays or if he strays, depends on where I do. It ain't just how you but how you proceed to pursue. If you move this away, and shake it that way, there's every chance he'll see you dance and holler, "Away!" Then if you flip away, rotate your hip away. Just wait and see, I guarantee your man won't slip away. If you're the mate for him, don't sit and wait for him. It's up to you, but if you do, you'll be too late for him. If there's a spat away, don't throw his hat away. Forget that fight and hold him tight till he gets that away.
the audience chomping at the bit for Act 2. And this says, oh, who doesn't love red?
Very good. And as long as we're all in our positions, I want to fix our pose for the Act 1 curtain.
I'm sorry, but if I may? I've had a chance to speak with each of you, and you seem like a upstanding group of people, but I'm afraid that this briefcase contains some very compromising evidence I've turned up about one of you. Now, I don't want to point any fingers, but I have some additional questions for the person here.
Lieutenant, an urgent call from headquarters.
Shoot. Continue with what you were doing, Mr. Belling.
Yes, all right. So, as I was saying, I want to set our pose for the Act 1 curtain. So,
Lights! As I thought. No, as you were. Seems like everybody here but Nikki has something to hide. Oh, there's nothing in that briefcase, by the way. Besides a container of chowder from the Union Oyster House.
Oh, is it Manhattan?
Yeah. Here you go. So, I've questioned each of you, made a few phone calls, and what do I come up with? A murdered leading lady who is working for a fraction of a usual firm salary. A distinguished director who despised the late Miss Cranshaw but still slaves to make this show work all the same. A dancer choreographer who turned down the chance to work with Balanchine, all to do a song and dance for spare change. Ex-partners, both in marriage and music, who inexplicably reunite though they no longer work in harmony. A one-man band named Oscar Shapiro, who, despite having no prior interest in theater, suddenly dumps one payment after another into this show. And a company who celebrates when the show is torn to ribbons by critics because this means that at long last they'll be able to take better jobs back on Broadway. What does this tell me? That Sid Bernstein has been blackmailing every member of this cast into doing this show. Even you dancers.
What can I say? When I first started out, I gave Sid Bernstein a prime audition.
But what about you chorus boys? You seem like a good group of guys. What could you all possibly have done that you wouldn't want the folks back home to know?
Lieutenant, I have to think most people have something about themselves that they like to keep to themselves.
Agreed, but I'm not here to uncover all your darkest secrets. Only the one that caused someone to murder Jessica Cranshaw.
People, I had no idea this is how Sydney got you all to work so cheap. He handles the negotiations.
Well, he won't be able to deal his way out of breaking the law. Ladies and gentlemen, you won't be blackmailed anymore. But you're all still suspects. Now get back to work. You may have joined the show for the wrong reasons, but you're gonna press on because you have a contract.
Damn straight.
And because Oscar deserves a return on his investment. Thank you. And because for the best way for me to solve this crime is to keep the heat turned up on this pressure cooker of a theater. And lastly, because this could be a really good show. Take it, Chris.
very good. So, as I was saying, I
Heads
want...
up, we're striking the set.
What? No, Johnny, I am not finished. I still get to fix our pose.
Hurry.
Never mind. Let's just have the last 4 bars. Bobby?
A 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'm heading
Why is it okay?
We're having a little trouble with it.
I want it closed now.
How's this?
Did you see something go up as the curtain closed?
My God, Johnny, open the curtain quick!
Curtain!
No, Johnny, don't close the curtain!
Curtain!
No, open the curtain.
Curtain! I think we fixed the curtain.
You better make it a blackout.